This series is a celebration of architectural design in Australia. From the coast, to the city, to the bush. We showcase some of Australia's best architectural and interiors projects and talk to the country's leading architects and designers to uncover the incredible stories behind them. Welcome to Australia by Design. Australian architecture is world-class, and our ByDesign team of industry experts have selected some of the best design projects from around the country.
When I'm standing in a well-designed space, I feel at ease and I feel at peace and just so relaxed.
You're looking at proportion, colour, but above all, how is the light and shadow playing? It touches you and you know you're in a well-designed space.
Let's get started with our first project.
The Bundanon Art Museum and Bridge. This one's spectacular. You've got the yin and the yang of architecture here. You've got the art gallery underground and the accommodation sailing across the valley.
This is the landscape that inspired one of Australia's greatest artists. The work of Arthur Boyd is synonymous with the hilltops and waterways of Bundanon in the south coast of New South Wales. I'm no artist, but I'm going to give it a crack. And this footbridge leads to an artistic wonderland, combining nature, art and architecture.
G'day Richard, welcome to Bundanon. Great to have you here.
It's clearly a beautiful spot. How do you actually respond to that architecturally?
Yeah, well, we started by thinking about the history of this place. There's a lot here already, dating back to First Nations people, to the pastoralists that were here, and then Arthur Boyd arriving and setting up. He had his homesteads here and set up a painting studio. Glenn Murcutt, Reg Lark and Wendy Lewin delivered the Boyd Education Centre in the late 90s. So yes, how do you respond to that? It's through a really careful and strong concept, which is what the bridge and the art museum buried into the hill mean for us.
This slow reveal is very, very compelling.
Yeah, it was an important part of the design for us too, that overall arrival experience. So you get the bridge revealed here, which is our accommodation wing, and the art museum sitting beyond. I've got to show you some of the history of this place first though. So when we arrived on the site here, we had these 3 existing weatherboard cottages that Arthur Boyd lived in and worked in. We really wanted to respect this setting as it was, so we did a really light touch on these.
From these homesteads to this hero.
Yeah, it's a masterwork designed by Glenn Murcutt, Reg Lark and Wendy Lewin, delivered back in the late 90s, the Boyd Education Centre. So this was quite a piece to respond to as part of our master plan and design work. Glenn Murcutt is Australia's only Pritzker Prize winning architect. It's like the highest award that you can get for architecture. So clearly a high bar here. We had to then achieve something really special to sit alongside this, to be its own thing and give this its presence as well.
Imagine that would have been daunting.
Yeah, it was, but also enjoyable.
I can't wait to go see it. Let's go see your work.
It started with an intent, and that was to respect the place as much as possible. Let nature exist here as it is, and let people experience the climate and feel the location. So the bridge as a concept really deals with the fact that they have a lot of flooding here. The rains come in and settle in, whereas the art museum built into the hill was to deal with bushfire. So burying the art museum in the hill, it's like the hill is protecting that artwork.
What an amazing structure. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Sure. So we've built out a steel here on a regular grid, all braced up, and it's steel so that it lasts a long time. We've painted it black as well as used the black cladding on the pods so that the building recedes against the shadows of the bush. We've got 32 rooms here, sleeping up to 64 people. Inside the art museum now, sitting behind the bridge built into the hill. This space is set up obviously to show Arthur Boyd's work, but they turn over and show different exhibitions in here quite frequently. The current season, this is a site-specific work called Reflections Habitations.
So we're underground here. What were the challenges?
Well, keeping the roof up, obviously. There's a lot of soil put back on top of the roof here to make the hill. But it was really about the advantages. So being underground means that we're thermally a lot more stable, means that the air conditioning doesn't have to work as hard to protect the artwork in here. The other advantage being built into the ground here is the protection from the bushfire. So they've got a multi-million-dollar collection out the back here, and so building underground means that we've got a level of protection. Richard, everything in a gallery needs to be massive, including these doors, which we worked with Acacia to deliver.
I feel really lucky to work here at Bundanon because it is one of the most beautiful places one could hope to work. It's a really important synergy between art, architecture and landscape because of course they are all in balance. It's a space specifically for creativity, for ideas, conversation, connection, but also the meeting of creative and ecological narratives. Architecture has a really important role to play within that discussion.
How long is the bridge?
About 160 metres end to end, spanning over the little gully here. We let the water flow in underneath and out to the creeks. So we're all open here outside. The whole side of the building is clad in this mesh from Tensile Design and Construct that allows us to see through pretty easily and lets the breeze flow through as well. We've got the Creative Learning Centre on the side here, which is an art studio and workshop space. We also have our dining and meetings in here for other events and people. And here we are at the end of the Creative Learning Centre. We've got our first breakout space. So this is where we can set up art workshops and painting and pottery. We've also got a little bar here to set up for evening events too. And then the journey continues. We're right in the middle here. This is our accommodation rooms, 32 of them set up either side. We've kept these really simple. It's like a little refuge, your own little bolt hole here. So we set this up with the natural timber plywood lining here from Big River, just to be really cosy and inviting someone to come at the end of the day and just relax. On the walls here, we picked a colour from one of Arthur's paintings. This is the night sky from his Nebuchadnezzar II. We finished the timbers at the entryways in a clear finish, so we get that warmth, the brown of the natural timber, and then the other is stained in a black to give it its character there. So here we are in a breakout space. It's really important in the plan of the bridge here that we break up the rooms and give these spaces to people to come and congregate and have a drink.
I notice there's no balcony. I mean, how high off the ground are we here?
We're up about 9 metres, and that's thanks to the WebNet mesh here, which we've got spanning full height, and that takes your balustrades here, gives you the great views out and lets the air flow through.
Here we are at the end of the bridge. What a journey.
Yeah, we've come past the cafe, the K5 furniture, the Creative Learning Centre, all our breakouts in the rooms, and obviously at the balcony at the end here, getting this great view out.
Anyone would be inspired, even myself with my little sketchbook. I think I could start drawing right now. Architecture is not about just creating striking visual statements. It's also about creating unique experiences. I think this architectural bridge does two things. It takes us back to the past, honouring the legacy of a great artist, and it bridges us through the very landscape that inspired him. I hope my 2 days here have helped inspire me with my sketches.
I loved the Bradbury Park Play Scape. I thought this was fun, inventive, crossed boundaries of age. It was fabulous.
Where am I?
You're in a giant cave!
That can't be true!
Nah, Pete, we're in a giant bird's nest.
Right! We've got to figure this out.
This way, Pete!
Where are you taking me?
Trust us, Pete. We know where we're going.
Okay. Truth be known, we're a hop, step and a jump into the future of playground design. Guys, when I grew up, it was swings, slippery dips and merry-go-rounds, okay? This is completely another planet.
You know, we usually design homes, but this was an exciting public project, our first public project. And we wanted to do something that was fun, abstract and a little bit different.
Essentially a theme park without the admission.
Explain this structure. I'm trying to get my head around it.
We didn't want to create a rocket ship or a seed pod in the sky. We wanted to make it abstract and let the kids come up with their own ideas of what this is.
What I'm always fascinated with is where crazy ideas start. Where did this start?
Well, that story begins over here. Hey Pete, I want to show you this. We've got an arboreal nest here. It's full of ants. There's a million different ways to get in and out of it. That's sort of how we saw this playground. Like the kids are like the ants, and they come into the structure however they want.
There was a family of lorikeets up in the trees in the hollow, and they sort of just poked their heads out with this burst of colour, and it was, really beautiful and very inspirational for the playground.
We also drew some forms from that. So we were looking at nature to create the architecture. So the structure itself is about 55 metres long, and at its highest point is 14 metres. And while we made it sort of tricky like this to get into the structure, it was around game theory.
Game theory, what's that?
So game theory, it's about risk and reward. The difficulties of getting into the structure, but the higher you get, the greater the reward.
Righto, I'm in. Let's go.
Try and climb up here, Pete.
Well, you got me going, Ellie. Got any tips? Hold on tight. Oh, look at that. My old Batman days.
Pete, this whole thing goes together like a big Meccano set thanks to BridgeFab.
You guys had a lot of fun designing this, didn't you?
Yeah, totally.
Tell me about these mirrors. They create an unusual effect.
Well, they're great as an optical illusion in this space because we have all these different angles. You can see everything around you. It's fantastic.
There's so much to take in.
Yeah, definitely. Well, this is my favourite part, Pete.
Yeah, right, is it?
Yeah, all of this netting that you can see here is provided by Playworks by Playco.
You've probably got heels on, have you?
Yeah, I do actually.
It's a bit of a workout getting up here.
It is, so this is the perfect spot to have a rest. And, that's an important part as well in a playground. You need to relax and have a bit of time to talk about the next adventure.
Right, a bit of hang time.
So you can imagine this space in summer gets quite hot. We're in Brisbane, but being up here, cool fog just helps cool the space. And 3M with the coloured film, that was us getting that colour dynamic through the space, which was mimicking the lorikeets as well.
Right. Guys, what you've created here is a little bit of urban sculpture in the burbs. From every angle, it's something different. I mean, do you model all of that?
Oh yeah, we definitely have to. Otherwise, how do we get it onto the drawings for the builder to build it? We use our CAD programs, ArchiCAD, and Central Innovation. They were great in helping us bring this vision to life.
Yeah, so we've got 3 separate zones. So the bottom layer is the subterranean, which you see down through here. So that's all accessible for all ages, as well as people with disabilities. And the idea is to get the adults and the grandparents part of the play. And then we have the terranean, which is everyone coming in from ground level and making their way into the structure. And then the arboreal layer up in the air. So that's the adrenaline junkies up there.
What we have now is something that the community has really embraced.
Yeah, I believe it was a design competition, so these guys really had to jump high for council.
They did, absolutely. And so what we wanted was a park for older kids, so your 15 to potentially 18-year-old age bracket, which seems unusual, but kids are on their iPads, they're inside, and they needed something more challenging, particularly at that age.
I was trying to figure out where to go today, and my kids absolutely love it. It's really fun.
You can spend quite a long time here, and the kids never get sick of the place.
And it's a challenging park, very well designed, different.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we find it really good.
Guys, it must warm your heart to see your creation being so well engaged.
Yeah, totally. It's fantastic to see how well loved it is by everyone of all ages.
People all around Australia come to visit this, different councils, because it is like the future of play now.
So when you two decided to be architects, did you ever think you'd be designing kids' playgrounds?
No, definitely not. But architecture takes all forms. So, whatever it is, if there's a vision, if there's a fantastic design story behind it, we love it and we'll take it hands-on.
Architecture can take all forms, but there's some sort of chaotic, poetic, artistic logic to all of this. I'm not sure what it is, but you know what? It's engaging, both socially and, let me tell you, physically. Good design should put a smile on your face, and after a day here, there's a big grin on mine.
Come on, Pete!
Here we go. Righto, what's next? I gotcha. I'm gonna race you.
Merrilands is a great residential project that has found a very clever way to connect 2 spaces, making it feel like one. Wait till you see how they've done it.
This is like many an Australian suburb built in the 1920s. But actually, no. If you're an architectural nerd, you might notice these parapets. That's very Melbourne, very Preston actually. And it's that kind of nuance, that architectural language that you want to leverage when it comes time to renovate. Natalie.
Good morning, Mike.
This is your dream home.
It is, and hopefully our forever home. We absolutely love it.
Now, like most loves, it wasn't necessarily perfect.
That's right. After living in it for about 10 years, it was in need of some significant work, and we just needed more space as our family grew up.
Now, something else I know about you, Natalie, is that you restore old furniture.
That's right. I love finding things on the side of the road and then redeeming them.
Well, that's kind of what you've done here with your house. You've given it a second life.
We have, an act of redemption.
Melanie.
Hello, Mike.
Now, you're the architect who was given the task of reimagining this house.
I was indeed, and it was a fantastic opportunity.
I bet. I mean, I'm already seeing the story unfolding out there.
Well, before we go down there, how about we take a look at the front rooms?
Okay.
So, in here, we have the study. This is a very traditional front room of this era of house. It has the bay window with the multi-pane stained glass windows that have been lovingly restored.
Isn't it beautiful?
Beautiful colours, and some of those colours in the house and looking out into the cottage garden. And the other room is being used as the main bedroom, and that's the other part of the original fabric of the house that was retained.
Well, Melanie, I love this, but I really want to go see what you've done out there.
All right, Mike, let's go and have a look.
Thank you. Oh, and look, the surprises start.
They do indeed. And we would never have gotten this room if we hadn't had the traditional and quite narrow driveway down the side of the house. We decided to do away with that and use the space to create new gardens and this fabulous bay that riffs off the bay window you saw in the front room and create this dedicated dining space. And you can't go past the incredible wallpaper.
Yes, it's fantastic, isn't it?
Yes, it's a mural style wallpaper. It's from Natty and Polly here in Melbourne, and it's called Parrot Tropical Home.
Melanie, who needs a skinny driveway when you can have this?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then it's out to main event number 2.
Sure is. This is the kitchen, obviously, the heart of the home, and main living space, which shares the joinery wall that we saw in the dining room previously. Yeah. This is the other side.
And I'm seeing very warm material choices.
Yes, we spent a lot of time on the material palette and the colours in this project. This here that you see is Polytech Tasmanian oak. Then there's also the burnished concrete, which is a very soft appearance and finish. That's by Concreate.
Now, Melanie, what's going on out here?
Out here we have the garage. We've taken the language from the front of the house, so the brickwork and the shingles, and we've translated that into a more contemporary language here. And we have wrapped the first floor addition in Lysart Longline.
And is that an air bridge?
Maybe. It's going to take you places. So this is the pivot point of the house where we're dealing with the geometry of the old roof and the original dwelling with the new addition and the way that these connect together through this space. And here is your air bridge as you described it.
Clever. Melanie, was this in your first draft?
Actually it was. It was in our original concept design options. We wanted it to be truly integrated, and the only way to do that was to have a connecting bridge, that the landscape was integrated with the house, the inside with the outside, the heritage with the contemporary. And so by tackling the concept of giving our clients more space, this is a much better solution. It's very integrated, it's part of the house.
Jason, you were the builder on this project, and this is a very special build for you.
Yeah, I was. It was the first major project we took on.
It's hardly a cookie cutter build, was it?
Yeah, I like building unique buildings, and working with such an experienced architect goes a long way.
It's a two-way street because the builder's here on site, and even though we as the architects have been there since the beginning, we have to work with them, collaborate and share the same goal, which is to deliver an amazing house for our clients.
Yeah, fortune favours the brave.
Thank you.
So Natalie, you described this house as your forever home.
I did, and I hope it will be. When we were planning the build, we were thinking about how we might use the space over the next 15 or 20 years as the kids grow up, as we age and as our parents age as well.
That level of connectivity and flexibility is so important in every design that we do. And it was very important for this project to enable Chris and Nellie to have the space and the house that they wanted.
This project shows that you can have it all, an ode to the past and our built heritage, while enjoying all this.
This next project is all about healing and how architecture can transform people's lives. As you walk through the building, the height in the ceilings just feels like the weight's lifted off your shoulders. And yet there's areas of community and there's also areas of safeness and privacy. It's an extremely special project.
Good architecture, it can be impressive, it can certainly be inspirational, but can it actually heal? I'm in a very unique building designed to turn people's lives around.
This is an extremely special building. It's the Residential Eating Disorder Centre. It's here for long-stay residential recovery of people suffering from eating disorders of all kinds.
The name of the centre is Bayang Bayang, which means the one who flutters. That's a reflection on how this facility is all about transformation.
It was a really important study in how we can use architecture and interiors to help people heal.
So from the external architectural form to the interior fit-outs, and that was critical in these healing spaces.
We look at the human body and how it reacts to space and stimulus, essentially. And our body reacts to those in a really positive way.
Tell me about the importance of colour.
Our brain reacts to colour really, really quickly. So, for example, looking at leaves or greenery, 45 seconds later, your system actually decompresses. So it all comes down to using colour in the right instances.
So this is a big public communal space, and the furnishings have even been chosen down to the fabric.
They have been chosen very specifically, and these fantastic lounges from Jardin, super comfortable, big.
Yeah, right, and the floor finishes?
This was Signature Carpets. They did a beautiful custom carpet for us, and we've got this fantastic acoustic rubber flooring from Interface called Normant.
Holly, what is this room?
Peter, this room is the multidisciplinary team room, where residents and the highly skilled multidisciplinary team of clinicians come together to discuss client recovery program.
And it's brought to us by the colour blue. Why?
It is. Well, Peter, blue is calming. So the effect that blue has on our brain and our bodies is to make us feel calm, but also alert. And blue exudes trust and stability.
If there's one place you really have to get right in a healing centre like this, it's the kitchen, right?
It is, absolutely. I think in this space, this is the heart of the house. It's a replication of what they're going to experience when they go home. So learning and healing in this space is really important. And this is Caesar stone porcelain, a luminous, that we have used in this wonderful project.
A place like this can be really triggering, the kitchen.
Yeah, it can. We had to make it so that there was space, there was calm. We've obviously used our biophilic devices to sort of distract the brain and calm the brain as you're in here.
Yet it's a liberating space by raising up the ceiling, having that beautiful honeycomb timber glow.
Yeah, studies have shown that lifting ceilings and high ceilings actually create a lot of creativity in the brain, basically give you space to create and heal at the same time.
into the bedroom wings, we can house up to 12 people at a time. And here it's all about the colour green.
It is neuroscience of green. Green is a very beautifully calming colour, lots of eucalyptus outside and inside the rooms.
And the layout?
And the layout is for the residents to share their healing process with another resident, but also give them privacy and support.
Now, I've got a lot of favourite things in this building, but this is possibly right up there. It's this window seat which overlooks the garden. This is so cool. Now, you're almost now wearing this building as a hat.
It's shading you too. The walls thicken out and it shades at the right time of year and lets the sun in the winter. It's low glass, so we focus on the garden and we can orientate ourselves to where we are. Peter, this design started with the landscape, with the site. It's a triangular site. It's framed by busy roads and suburbia on the south side. This is a really early sketch. This would shield the residents from the busy noise on this side, and then we'd create this transformative space in the middle, and then we'd place the residents onto the east side. We didn't want gutters. We wanted the leaves to shed off the roof. And then underneath we wanted a really warm panel that we could carry through the building in plywood. So outside we've used the Mondo clad, and then on the outside we've got a really highly durable cladding material called Genesis. It's a cement panel and she will never need painting, and that's with the Fairview Cladding Company.
So Jodie, there's a formal entry, but if you were staying here, this is mainly your circulation space, an outdoor hallway.
Yeah, this is where people will spend most of their time. They'll be looking into this space and moving through this space. The glass will open up from all the different spaces, the corridors.
So all the spaces peel open onto here. So Jodie, what's this space here?
This is the multi-purpose room. There'll be yoga, there'll be activities. It's a good social room.
Tell me about the soaring, liberating curves in the roof.
Yeah, the curves reflect the shape on the outside as well. So it's really just this continuous skin that comes up and over the top of the building, and it shapes the glass voids at the top of the clerestories to capture the treetops in the distance and the blue sky. There is a lot of relearning to do here, but we can do it together in a group sense. That's really what this space is about.
So I learned something today, biophilic devices connecting us back to nature using colour, furnishings and of course nature, from the external shell to the soft, calming interiors, right? And 3 designers delivering. Well done, ladies. Do you like that?
Thank you.
Which project do you like best? Vote for your favourite in the Cult People's Choice Award. Just by casting your vote and telling us in 15 words or less which is your favourite, you have a chance of winning a prize from the Now Design collection. A beautiful billow chair designed by Adam Goodrum. A stunning set of Nest tables designed by Adam Goodrum. Or a gorgeous Nola lamp designed by Tom Faraday. Just scan the QR code on the screen or go to bydesign.global and cast your vote in the Cult People's Choice Award. Good luck! We hope you've enjoyed our look at some of the finest architectural projects from around Australia. Join us next time for more groundbreaking designs on Australia by Design. For more information on any of the projects featured in this series and to vote in the Cult People's Choice Award, go to bydesign.global.